Good morning, everyone. My little flowers are so beautiful to me, and it gives me inspiration and encourages me to try to do a little more all the time. I'm very pleased with the way things are still looking. These are the hibiscus that I experimented with, and on the germination I'd put 2 seeds in each little grow block, and I think every one of them had come up, and I never did get any of them planted around the yard, and I'm just as glad I didn't, because as dry as it has been, they probably wouldn't have made it in the yard. The ones I'd planted that came back from last year, the only one that has done anything was the one that is by the dog's outside water bowl. I had gotten all this kind of moved from up against the greenhouse in preparations of taking the plastic off and getting some paint put on the board before I get the new plastic spread. I had been thinking I'd get it done on the 12th, as had been my intentions, but in talking with the neighbors that are going to help, they're not going to be available on the 12th, so I don't know. I'm hoping I can get it all kind of processed along to where we can maybe try for the 9th. And anyway, I don't know. Noticed the other day I've got some of my ginger. These right here are the flower shoots coming up, and I noticed 1 or 2 on the galanga that were down in there amongst the weeds and all. I don't see it right now, but anyway. But I left this bit to hold that plastic there in place until I get everything cut loose, and I still need the plastic to cover my heaters for the time being, though I have been thinking I could cut some of the old plastic and just wrap the heaters that are the original heaters that are in there. I've still got some boards to cut and get painted down in here for tying the plastic down to. It's all kind of little things. And like I said, I'd move all the lumber and materials and all off of this wall, so I could get the paint slapped on it, and that's, if I can hurry up and get done and get to it, that's what my next thing for today. I've about lifted and pulled at everything I can for today. I'll try to do a little bit more tomorrow. I've still got to move all the turmeric and everything from this side, and then I'll probably be looking at taking that plastic down, though I think I'm going to leave the shade cloth up for as long as I can until I get the inside painted. It does help cool it off. Since I did the last video, I had gotten the gas lines all covered and got this landscape fabric down here to kind of hold this sand in place so it's not sliding around under my feet. I got my little picket fence up so don't have anybody running over my retainer wall and hurting themselves. And I went through several variations on the steps yesterday, and this is what I've ended up with, in which I've got to move the end blocks there to get to that board to get some paint on it. Just so many little things that I'm hoping I can get it done right, and I'll be good for 4 years anyway. I hope. My intentions. I had gotten the block enough. This was some old, it's not river sand, it's just some really fine sand that doesn't pack down and it moves, and so it's kind of hard coming up and down that slope And so I intend to put some steps right here to go up and down for when I'm pulling the water hose and doing other things. And so those are my intentions with the blocks on both sides, is just a couple of steps to help get up and down that little bit of a slope. Some of you young folks don't know, whenever you have as many problems and get to be my age, it doesn't take a lot to hamper your movements. But got to get, like I said, all this has got to come away so we can get to the boards, and got to get my wire brush out and give them a bit of a scrubbing and allow them to dry. And they're giving us a chance for rain, and I do hope so. Sprinklers have been running right at 2 hours now, and things are looking pretty well, or I think they are. Just not enough hours in the day sometimes. Still got a few miracle fruits. My little curry trees are doing well, but they should have been repotted. My beetle leaf jungle here has just gone wild, and I haven't done anything to them in, I don't know, weeks and weeks. But I'm happy they're growing, and I've already got more dried in the house than I'll use in a number of months. But that's the way with most everything around and about, it seems. I enjoy it and love to try to harvest everything. I hate to see it go to waste, but so much of it just gets bagged up and set back. This is the pineapple sage, and the flowers are edible. And used to, for the grandkids, I'd fix them a bowl of ice cream and put flowers on it, and they always laughed and giggled about that and thought it was so cute. The impatiens here had ran up and flowered to beat the band, and have got seed pods on them to where they were top heavy and fell over. And so now I'm getting all kind of new growth sprouting out the old stalks. Now that it gets the sunlight, and it's putting on a whole new crop of flowers and all. The seed pods are not quite ripe. They kind of get translucent whenever they're ripe, and you can actually see the seeds in them. But I'll start saving some of those before long. But that's what's going on for me today. And I'm just trying to be as hard at it as an old man can be. Everyone have a blessed day.